Hello, my name is Heather Danek, and my husband Robert and I and our two girls, Lauren and Sophia, have attended Livingstone's church since the beginning. A scripture that's meant a lot to me throughout my life is Romans 8:28. And we know that for those who love God, all things work together for good, for those who are called according to his purpose. And the reason that the scripture means so much to me is I have seen God show up again and again in those things that I thought were inconveniences or those things that I thought were negative, and he turned them all for good. The way that I have seen God show up in our life over and over again and turn things that we thought were inconveniences to blessings are many. 2022 has started out kind of rough for our family. In January, 3/4 of us got COVID and we were home. When the quarantine period ended, our oldest daughter, Lauren, started having some abdominal pains. And we weren't sure what was going on with them, so we contacted her pediatrician, who sent us to the hospital for some imaging. Due to all sorts of restrictions, we were not able to get into the branch of the hospital that was closest to us, and we ended up with an appointment downtown. We get downtown, we start the sonograms. The sonographer knows that there's something going on, and she excuses herself to consult with a doctor. The next thing I know, she's walking back in the room, and we're headed to the ER for emergency surgery to try to preserve parts of my daughter that she's going to need later in life. We get into the ER, and that's when all the doctors started coming in. We had probably about 4 or 5 surgeons that came in to consult. They looked at her chart, they asked her questions, and they moved on and on. All of them agreed that surgery was going to be necessary. From that point, in order for her to enter surgery, she was going to have a COVID test, and the time that it would take to get those results back was time that we didn't have. We were able to get her into surgery with the head of department. They were able to preserve everything that they needed to, and she came out healthy. But in the details, God was working, and had she not gotten sick, we would not have ended up downtown, and we would not have been able to consult with all the specialists that were able to consult with her. Had we not been downtown, we would not have been able to meet with the child life specialist that was able to calm her anxiety and her fears and get her in a place where she could accept the fact she had to have surgery. Had she not gotten sick and had COVID, we would have maybe missed the window for her to have the surgery in a successful way. So God was there in every single detail. Had she not had the surgery when she had the surgery, she could have not been able to go home that night. Everything was perfectly in line to his plan on how we were going to get my daughter healed, and we were going to get her healthy again. The thing that I love the most about Livingstone's is the faithfulness of the people. The third person that I called after my husband and my mother was the prayer and care team. I know that the people of Livingstone's and its members are there to pray for you in your time of need, and their faithfulness is unshakable.